I got hacked. I feel stupid that I got hacked. Is that weird to say? Looking back, I kind of understand myself for being hacked. This is why. I have this friend, which I haven't talked to in like months. Normally, what happens with this friend is we all of a sudden make contact again, and then we hang out for a while. And then, I don't know, we don't speak with each other for a couple of months, and then we hang out again. It's kind of normal internet friend behavior, isn't it? People kind of disappear for a bit and then come back. Some background information about this person. He really liked gaming, and his family basically all had like university degrees on things, and he wanted to do something with gaming instead. He didn't want to like become a doctor or something like that. He wanted to do something with entertainment, with fun. He also started Twitch streaming. That's why I know him. He also started streaming, and it was like years ago that I met him, like I think 4 years ago or something, maybe 5 already. How long have I been streaming? Since 2017. So I know him for a while, and I know what he likes is like to work in a gaming industry. He told me before already. And, like, actual him told me before. He got hacked on the same way, you know? And then they used his account to hack me. The hacker said, hey, sup? Then he started to talk about his new job. He said he started working for the company that made Dead by Daylight. He used to play a lot of Dead by Daylight, so that sounded plausible to me. Super pro Dead by Daylight. He loved everything about it. He had merch of it. He played that like a ton. It made total sense for me. Like, he sent this card as well, which basically said like, welcome to the company, with the company logo and stuff like that on it. Then he said to me like, hey, yeah, could you test my new game? So this is a new game that's gonna come out. It's like, you know, still secret and stuff like that. So here's a link. Here's a better code for you to actually access the content. So basically I had to unzip it. And then while unzipping, I needed to put in the code so I could actually play that game. So I did. And while I was unzipping it, I was like watching something on like the Dutch Videoland. It's called, it's like Netflix. And my browser shut down. I was like watching on Chrome and it shut down. And then my Discord also shut down. I was like, weird. So I restarted Discord and then I was logged out. Then I opened my Chrome back up and it said restore, but like it didn't feel right. And then I opened my phone and I saw that my password on the Discord was changed. And that he gotten into my Gmail and in my Google account, and he gotten into my Microsoft account because my computer was logged in Microsoft. On Windows, you can say like, hey, I log in into my Microsoft account. That's my account where I do all my things on. So like, if you log into your PC, you need to like put your Microsoft password in and stuff like that. So he got into those, and Google account is connected to my YouTube, so that's kind of scary. And then he also got into my Twitch. I think because it was connected to Discord, I had this connection with it. I started like changing passwords on things that he hadn't hacked yet, because I knew, for example, that my Steam was linked to my Discord, and I did not want my Steam to get hacked because I have like 800 games on it. So I immediately changed my password on those things, changed my password on Twitter and stuff like that, to make sure. I immediately sent out a tweet because I didn't want anybody else to get hacked. And I thought if I tweet it out, that's the best way for people to know, like, hey, he's hacked, I shouldn't react on it. A lot of people started sending me messages on Twitter like, hey, look, the hacker's trying to contact me. So I'm glad that I at least was able to make sure that they are not getting hacked. Then I had like recovery codes lying around. So I'm happy that I was like organized enough to save all these things. And I actually still had those so I could get back in a lot of the accounts. I couldn't get back into the Discord one. However, I filled out this form on Discord which says like, hey, I'm hacked. They put my account back onto the old email address, which I had control over again because of the codes, right? I forgot my password and then changed the password again. And then a lot of you will say, true, but you need to turn on two-factor authorization. I had that on all these accounts. All these accounts that got hacked, which was Discord, Google account, Microsoft account, and Twitch account, they all had two-factor authorization on. That's the scary part of it. They all had two-factor authorization on. So you can apparently do that if you just download something, you can do that. You have every one of these accounts back under control. I have wiped my hard disks. I formatted them so they're clean, and I've reinstalled Windows. Wednesday and Thursday, I stayed up until 7 to fix everything, and then we had control over things again. 1.5 day, I've just been recovering my accounts. I had to reinstall Windows, okay? Everything was wiped off my computer. Everything that I recorded for YouTube, at least is on a NAS server, so he didn't have contact to that. Like, luckily that wasn't on my PC. The hacker shouldn't be able to still be on any of these accounts because, like, the virus is not on the computer anymore. There's no way it has survived that. Like, I've changed, like, literally everything that's important to me. I've changed the passwords to unique password. So even if they have one of my old passwords, they can't guess it. If they know one of the other passwords, they can't guess it because everything has a unique password right now, which is a pain. I'm so desperate of them not getting into my accounts now that I'm just okay with this whole have a password for everything kind of mindset. I know it's a lot, but at least the chance of them getting back in is a lot slimmer now. If you blocked me on Discord because you know I was hacked, please unblock me. It's me again. It's not the hacker anymore. But don't click the links that the hacker sent you. From the hacker, what I've gathered around him is that he was using a phone number from Turkey, which wasn't connected to a name, and he was using an email address that was also a throwaway email address, basically, because it was a Gmail, but it was like it had numbers in it and stuff like that, so it was kind of clear that it wasn't his original email address. First thing is, like, you don't trust society anymore because, like, he's a friend and you just trust that it's okay, right? And especially with the whole story around it, it just felt okay. It just felt like a real story. Also, I called him. He got his account back and we called. And I saw him via camera, so I'm sure it's him. And he told me the story was actually true. This is the craziest thing. He told me he started working for the company who made Dead by Daylight. Because they sent me this card where you're like, welcome working here. And he's like, you mean this card? And he pulls up the card and I'm like, wait, you actually have this card? He's like, yeah, I sent this as a picture to a friend of mine to let them know that I was working there now. And I was like, wait a second, so everything was true. This hacker actually went to his DMs with other people to get the story right, to get everything, all the information he needed, to convince people to play his game that just didn't belong to the company who makes Dead by Daylight. But the rest of it was all true. He works for a development company now. So I wasn't crazy for believing that he worked for a developer now, because he does. The only thing that wasn't right, this one indie game that this whole scam is about, wasn't real. But it had a whole website and everything. It looked like a normal indie game website, because I've seen thousands of those. So Nim, my boyfriend, actually left a message on my Discord server saying, like, tagging everybody, like, add everybody, Tree's hacked, don't react on her. But by tagging everybody, he also tagged me, which, you know, the hacker saw. And immediately removed that message and banned Nim from the server. What he then did is he sent Nim a message with, hey, sup? And then Nim was like, sup? And he's like, $150 for everything. And then Nim didn't react. And he kept tagging him like, Nim, react. And Nim just didn't react on it because we were fixing my stuff. We were getting back in the accounts. And I think he knew. He tried not messaging anybody who spoke Dutch as well, because he was trying to avoid Dutch people. And I think that's why the Dutch server got deleted, because he was afraid that we would warn people in Dutch and he wouldn't understand. I think that's why the Dutch server got deleted. You don't feel safe, even though, like, you know, I have saved recovery codes, I have my password chains and stuff like that, and you just don't feel 100% safe anymore. But I just don't want anybody else to, you know, have to go through anything like this, so I think it's good to talk about it. Even though I feel a little bit ashamed about it. I feel a lot ashamed about it, even though I know the hacker was pretty advanced and he really did a lot of research for getting to me. Keep your recovery codes safe, okay? Recovery codes are more important than you think. If you want to grow on Twitch, I do have a whole playlist that helps you grow on Twitch right here. So make sure to click on it. But make sure to protect your Twitch first with two-factor authorization and save all those codes that you get to recover your account. Be safe, guys.